Coming from a religious perspective, in my religion, the story of creation goes thus: that God created one man and one woman, right? If you guys believe that you all are polygamous by nature, why did he create one man and one woman?
If you use the justification of creation for the foundation of life as saying this is why men are polygamous, you are forfeiting the fact that most of the Christian fathers were polygamous. Abraham had 2 wives, okay, 1 wife and 1 concubine, but he been knock another woman.
Sometimes they say the absence of evidence is evidence itself. I don't think you were created by God. For that alone, I cannot establish an argument.
I don't dispute the fact that we might have natural instincts to want to be polygamous, but do you follow all of your instincts? Because left to me right now, I want to pull my shirts, stay in a jacuzzi and just, scroll on TikTok maybe. But does that mean that's what I should be doing right now?
These are the topics for today. Are men polygamous in nature? Polygamy is good for the society. Can you love 2 people at the same time? It's impossible to commit to one person forever. Men are polygamous in nature. Please, those that agree, take your seat.
The evidence for men being polygamous in nature lies in our genes. An average sperm cell contains about 6 million genes, and women just have 2 ovaries. What do you think?
Men are actually polygamous in nature. Reason because when you look at the biological aspect of it, reproductive strategy, you see that a man can father a lot of offspring by mating with multiple partners, and the reverse is the case when it comes to a woman.
Please, can those who do not agree that men are polygamous in nature join them?
I do not agree because polygamy is a choice. It's a decision you can make. Human beings are rational beings. That's why we are called higher beings, right? So nothing can just be by nature. It's not like someone is taking over your brain or your senses. Polygamy is a choice, and so is monogamy.
I totally disagree about the polygamous state of men according to nature. I first of all want to take our idea to a book written by Dr. Helen Fisher, where she mentioned that polygamy is an evolutionary adaptation. It's not a natural state. So with this particular point, I don't agree that men are polygamous in nature, because the word nature changes the perspective of this particular conversation.
Like I said, the evidence is in the sex genes. On a normal day, when one man releases, there are about 6 million sperm cells. There's a reason for that thing. To make effective his likelihood of having offspring. Most women have approximately just 2 ovaries every 28 days, right? So the likelihood of them even being naturally promiscuous is not possible. They are used to wanting to, care and everything. So nature has prepared man to, as many times as possible, spread his genes, which is why even scripture says, go, be fruitful and multiply.
So you want to have like 6 million kids. How much is in your bank account, please? Now, you can't possibly tell me, okay, yes, I agree. You guys have like 6 million kids in the making, sperm cells, right? But how many of these, just one out of these 6 million guys are going to swim through amidst the eggs that we have ready, for reproduction? Polygamy is a choice. If you see, no offense to the hoes, but if you see a unruly woman that's, okay, on the street, tell me you want to have a kid with her, right? Because the eggs as well, the mom also contributes to what you have as a child. So every woman that you meet on the way is mother material, right? Do you want your kids to look like that woman? You have to put those things into consideration when who is going to bother my child? Because being polygamous is not just putting stuff in a hole. So what happens when the kid comes up? You look like a mom. Are you going to be proud of that kid? Or do you even have the money to even cater to your numerous children, quote unquote?
The aspect of the society, or the aspect of the modern society, accepting the fact that polygamous should be the call of the day is none of our business. It's just like religion. The modern society would go with Christianity, you get, and the other society would say, okay, no, it's not Christianity, it's Muslim, I'm a pagan, there is no God. The one that is vastly accepted is Christianity. So does that make Christianity good, or does that credit Christianity to be the best? Hi, my name is Etifiok Basi. If you check the reproductive strategy of men have the tendency and the potential to father much offspring by mating with multiple partners. Biologically, I would say men are polygamous in nature.
Coming from a religious perspective, in my religion, the story of creation goes thus: that God created one man and one woman, right? If you guys believe that you all are polygamous by nature, why did he create one man and one woman?
Before my Christian brothers and sisters who crucify me, let me please make this disclaimer. Well, yes, so God created one man and one woman. But were they all the humans on it? Scriptures mention that when Cain was driven out of the garden, he left and he had a wife. Who did he marry? Scriptures recorded that when God cursed him, he told God, please do not curse me. If I go out there, those people will kill me. Who were those people? If you use the justification of creation for the foundation of life as saying this is why men are polygamous, you are forfeiting the fact that most of the Christian fathers were polygamous. Abraham had 2 wives. Okay, 1 wife and 1 concubine. But he been knock another woman. Abraham, the father of all nations. The patriarch of the Islamic Christianity. So come on. So the creation story is not, I'm sorry, is isolated evidence to use as criteria for polygamy.
Sometimes they say the absence of evidence is evidence itself. I don't think you were created by God. For that alone, I cannot establish an argument. John Locke, in his book, postulated that the human mind is tabula rasa, and that's like a clean slate. Okay. And that whatever man becomes, in this case, man is the primate, is a result of the environment, which now nullifies the argument that whatever you are is by nature. And that's what I'm saying. So as a primate, whatever is happening around you, whatever you've adapted, your behavior is adaptive. It's not what you were built with. That's why you can still exist without what you just adapted to.
I like the fact that you are playing with scientific evidence, and we both know that scientific evidence have many times contradicted themselves, right? The tabula rasa theory, has been disagreed with by many philosophers. For example, as a scientist, according to your belief system, you said that our genes contain genetic material that pass on traits like your hair texture, your color. How can you be blank and still have information? My brother, it's not possible. So what I'm saying in essence is the very evidence you are using is contradicting itself, in the sense that the evidence himself is polygamous, because it shows that due to the fact that man cannot just stay on one thing. We are used to wanting to finding multiple ways to express ourselves. That is in nature polygamy. And please note, the term polygamy came from 2 very simple words: poly, plenty, gamy, gamete, plenty gametes, plenty cells. And like I said, sperm, egg. My brother, do the maths.
I want to talk on the tabula rasa, man born with a clean slate, right, of a thing. Just like my brother said, how is it that the facial recognition of your parents is being transferred to you when you were born? You should come with a plain form of nothing, like you don't look like anybody. But this thing is being transferred. So that means there is something genetically that is being transferred beyond human understanding and seeing. Now there are some certain reflex action I do when I'm carrying weight. So at some point in time, one of my aunts called me and was like, do you know who normally do this thing? Is your grandmother. She likes reflect. She likes doing this thing, even probably when she's doing things that are not heavy. Just like you, how did you? And she was like, blood is powerful. So genetically, nobody's born blank. You take on some features that you yourself, without even knowing, you're doing what your ancestors were doing.
Polygamy is good for the society.
Polygamy has two sides to it. It can be good in some situations, depending on the context in which it's being used. For countries like South Korea, yeah, they actually do need polygamy because, their women have decided not to give birth. They have underpopulated. For countries like Nigeria, where we're overpopulated, or for example, let's use China or Japan, is it? Largest population in the world. They do not need polygamy anyway. Hi, my name is Favor. First of all, polygamy is a choice. You can decide to be polygamous and you decide that you can't keep it one place. Do you think this person is worth being monogamous for? Or is it just your life principle that one woman is not enough?
I think polygamy is good for the society. Reason being that it would actually reduce the rate of divorce, conflict among partners. At least a man would now have the opportunity to express and his desires of having many women without conflict, as long as he has the financial capability to do so.
I would say polygamy is good for the society. We are currently in a country where men of value are scarce. All right, so you look at, even if we have 100,000 men in a particular geographical area or a society, out of these 100,000 men, I think only 1,000 men would, be of value that women would want to settle with. You look at that society, we have about maybe 100,000 women as well. So without polygamy, these women would be left without husbands.
From the concept of income or revenue, agriculture, education, and life expectancy, right? So income, more people means more people to share the money. The lesser we have, the better for it. Resources will go around, right? Food. You might say more people means more work power, manpower, but we all know that most of us, for example, the Gen Zs, we don't want to farm. So that's no more manpower in our current society. Now, food is getting scarce. Imagine because of the effective demand of, for example, our favorite savior, Gary, has now caused it to skyrocket. Meanwhile, there were less people eating it. You can afford to buy one bag and keep for a long time. Nobody will come and disturb you. Nobody will share it with you. It's better. So, let me say, food will go around. Education, very important. In our modern society, let's not lie to ourselves. Obasanjo, our general, former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, once said that education is for the rich. And he was very right. We all know how expensive it is to educate a child, formally or informally. Yeah. Even if you want to go and learn tailoring, you will buy wine, you buy a crate of this thing, you will still pay. If you want to even show you that population is not really an advantage per se, because Nigeria has over 200 million people, and we don't even make a dent in the world's market. And so what is the population for? I don't dispute the fact that we might have natural instincts to want to be polygamous, but do you follow all of your instincts? Because left to me right now, I want to pull my shirts, stay in a jacuzzi and just, scroll on TikTok maybe. But does that mean that's what I should be doing right now? Hello, my name is Ubong, and the question, polygamy is good for the society. Well, no, it is not. Life choke, no. We have too many hungry people, things are hard. Thank you.
You can love two people at the same time. Please, if you agree with this statement, take your seat.
Okay, I'm of the motion that you can love two persons at the same time. It is very possible. It all depends on what you call love. Me and you would agree. You cannot love anything that does not give you value. As long as something gives us value, this other woman might be the kind of woman I want career-wise. This other one might satisfy me sexually. This other one might be funding my bills and taking care of what I need. So it is very possible for me to give my heart to all of them and value them.
I want to believe that we all have our own definition of the word love. So if I say that my own love involves sexual activity, I mean I can actually give sexual satisfaction to as many persons as possible. So if we are looking at love from a financial satisfaction, I can give you money I can give this money to as many persons as my accounts can carry. How can I not love one or more than two persons at the same time?
If you don't agree that you can love two people at the same time, please take your seat.
Why I do not believe that you can love two or more people is founded in the fact that in the context of relationships, you cannot give two people 100%. It is mathematically impossible. If you give somebody 100%, the other person is getting less. Give or take. It might be noticed or unnoticed, but it is impossible.
Can you love two people at the same time? First of all, keyword, what is love? What do you understand by love? What's your concept of it? Then, loving two people at the same time, for me, I think it's impossible. You may like and love, but love, no, you can't do two.
Without making things complicated here, it's very possible to love two people at the same time. Reason because might be this one, the way this one does you in a different way and you've never seen before, and then the other one possesses other characteristics that you've not seen before as well. So it's possible to entangle with two of them and love two of them at the same time.
It is impossible to commit to one person forever.
I like to dwell my own, point on the word possible rather than commitment. This word possible is a choice. All right? It's a choice. It really has to do with your decision. So it is very, very possible that you can stay committed to one person, though commitment may actually be a subjective word. Because like you said, commitment can be financial to you. To another person, commitment can be attention.
Attention, yeah.
All right, so but as far as it's a matter of choice, yes, you can. As far as it's a matter of choice, you can be committed. Hi, my name is Idorinu Deme, aka Flex of Sugar Mine. Yes, I think it's possible to commit to one person forever, but it depends on what we actually conceptualize as commitment, because I may have a different idea of what commitment is.
It's possible to commit to one person forever. Note the key word is commit, not love, right? When you're committing to someone, when it's good, when it's bad, when it's ugly, you're committing to that relationship. Commitment takes hard work. A lot of hard work comes into a relationship when you want to be committed. Now everyone is just divorcing because I've never been married, so I can't speak from their point of view. But from my point of view, it takes a lot of hard work. When our mothers were teaching us, we were taught, you guys are adults, you resolve your issues together, because when you marry, you are one. You understand? Whether it's financial issues, whether it's emotional, whatever it is, you sit and talk about it. Now, when two adults can't seem to be able to sit down and talk about things, they divorce. So commitment takes hard work.
It is very possible to be committed to one person alone, because just like she said, it takes a lot of energy to commit to something, but I know there are other factors that can affect this if you have the financial capability to make as much commitment, because in our world today, I would say that commitment, the primary thing that holds it is financial, capability. So if you have the financial capability, my brother, you're free to have more commitment. The time, the strength and everything, the mental, this thing is, I don't think I can do more than one.
Drawing from the conversations my esteemed panelists have said, I'll just conclude with this. Commitment is basically two things. It is choices and it is actions. As long as you are willing to keep making those choices and taking those actions, it is possible to commit to one person forever.
Hi everyone, this is Sani from Niger Insider. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys. Bye.